Oh, Alastor, I cannot wait to watch you get fucked!
Thank you everyone for 200 subs. This really just means quite a lot. Now I figured let's stop all this singing right now and get into why this fight really sucks. Also, I aim for 1,000 subs. Your support really means a lot. Now let's get into why this fight really sucks. Oh god, anyway. Enjoy the video. Well, let's go over a few things I liked about it. Well, I like the taunting back and forth between the two. It shows their characters very nicely. Alice's showmanship. You even get character through his fighting style, using taunts and insults to get into his enemy's head, while also overwhelming them with his shadows, which also demonstrates, explaining why he is dominant in the fight so far.
What just happened? Fuck.
Displaying his cockiness and how Alastor believes he's got this in the bag. Then you have the lovely animation in the fight between the two. Then you have Adam, who is just using raw strength and speed to counter Alastor. It really shows you have two fighters, one who relies on primarily skill, experience, and his own knowledge and tactics, along with the versatility of his abilities. A good example, even before the fight happens, is when he casts a domain. A dome, and uses the blades to cut down quite a few of the exorcists, and even temporarily trapping them, which also gives them even less area to evade, and they couldn't even escape if they wanted to for a while at the very least. By the way, that'll be important later. What I got an issue with is the way it happens. For example, 1. Why did Alastor not have an angelic weapon?
All angelic weapons, fire at will!
Why doesn't Alastor have an angelic weapon? This was one of my questions during the whole fight. It's one thing for him to be overconfident, sure, but to not have something he knows can guarantee him a win is just stupid. It makes his loss less one of arrogance and overconfidence and seem more like incompetence. But I'll be touching on this more in the end. Now let's go into the reason why Alastor had no angelic weapon. Of any kind, mind you. I mean, it's obvious why the reason is, because if he had one, Adam would be dead.
Ladies, let's fuck shit up. I'm gonna wipe that shit-eating grin off your face, cause...
While Adam has superhuman strength, flight, very decent speed, and reaction time comparable to, well, Alastor, as Alastor was keeping pace and even outmaneuvering him, Adam's most powerful ability, which would be an insta-kill, would be his Holy Blast. However, considering Adam isn't taking this seriously, that's why he would have lost if Alastor had a holy weapon. Though wait, maybe it's a bit of an exaggeration. Well, considering Adam took hits from Lucifer, surely even with a holy weapon, someone as strong as Alastor would not be able to do any harm to him, really, right? With a holy blade. Except, no. He kills him with a stab with a holy knife. Yeah, no, so Adam is a glass cannon, basically. He is all offense. His body against the holy weapon is basically just a regular person's body being stabbed with a regular knife. Okay, let's take this into perspective. The most powerful human, the first man, got cheap-shotted by a joke character who, let's be real, while entertaining, is mainly just a crazy small gremlin. I mean, he wasn't killed by Lucifer or Lucifer's daughter, which would have been ultimate irony, the embodiment of man being killed by the very being who started all this in the first place. Also, I could go into how Adam in universe would be right on his view on sinners as the worst, but that might be another video for another day. Well, this is the end. I hope you all enjoyed this video and thank you all for subscribing. Anyone else who enjoys my content, feel free to subscribe and share it around. Now, if you're still here after all of this, well, I have some thoughts I've saved for the end, so enjoy. Okay, this is like my 5th time recording this because I keep on chopping and changing my words for some reason, but I'm gonna this is the last time I'm gonna record. I'm gonna try and see if I can get through this last part. This is gonna be my ending thoughts, which I had some of them written down, but unfortunately, for the life of me, I don't know, sometimes I just can't read a script. Anyway, let's get into it. So when it comes to it, okay, so you might think Alastor, can't use angelic weaponry, or just didn't have it or anything like that. But no, that's not true, because he summons the dome. He has the angelic weaponry there, which kills the angels, right? So he has that. But then when they get into the fight, he doesn't have it, which is dumb, as I explained prior, right? Then the thing is, right, they could have worked it into the story to have a reason why he doesn't have it, or have a reason why, or actually make it rare, like make it to where demons generally like can't use it. For example, it makes sense, like let's see, like it makes sense for Vaggie to use it, right? Because she was a winner, and she was like banished. She was like banished by them down here, but she's still a winner at the end of the day, like she still has the golden blood and stuff. So it makes sense that she wouldn't be affected by angelic weaponry. It wouldn't really do anything to her, which would mean she'd still have her strength and stuff. And considering she's also able to kill, like, she would still have the strength of your average sinner, but she'd also be not affected by angelic weaponry, and should be proficient with it, since she's used it for, I don't know, I'd say quite a while, from what I assume. Now, with that being said, they could have made it to where angelic weaponry weakens demons. I feel like that would have been the smartest choice to make, right? Because it would explain, because even if you have a certain amount of weaponry that's there, right? Like, even if you have a certain amount of weaponry that's there, not every demon will be able to use it. For example, like demons that are mostly reliant on magic wouldn't really be able to use it, because they wouldn't be able to do their spells and stuff properly. It would probably nullify that. You could also make them weaker physically, but I feel like at least make them weaker like magically, more like making it not so they're not able to like summon, they're not able to like become like the have their demon form, like have their ultimate demon form, which it boosts all their stats and stuff. So if you had it to where it was that, then they would be stuck in base form. They wouldn't be able to like power up, and they wouldn't be able to use magic. Which, actually, if you think about it, Camilla Carmine, the person who does this, would be actually weakening herself, but due to her being an overlord, it'd mean that overlords would be able to actually use it much better than sinners, much better than regular sinners. Though then again, that would still mean that Alastor could have it. Although if it actually, let's say it weakens magic to such a level to where he just couldn't use it. But then again, you'd have to completely change the whole thing with the dome. Like, the dome working with the angelic weapons wouldn't really make sense, since I feel like it'd be kind of contrived a bit to have it to where angelic weapons can weaken people that use demonic magic, but you can use demonic magic and like grab angelic weapons and use it, or like summon your stuff and have angelic weapons there. I feel like that would be pretty dumb. I don't think that would really work. It seems like such a too convenient loophole. And considering Alastor's, most of his stuff is magic. His deal making, his size growing, his contracts, all that stuff is just demonic magic. He never really uses like his physical strength. He enhances himself to fight people. Like, he turned himself into a giant. He turned himself into a giant and ate like the Hellborns, right? That was something that he did, but he never actually really fights on like a 1v1 thing until Adam, which, if we're being real, and considering angelic weapons seem to have no real effect besides like a regular knife to a human, or like regular bullets to a human, Alastor should have had an angelic weapon. It's such an oversight, and the reason why they did it was because they needed Alastor to lose, which again, no problem with that, but it just doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense the way they did it. They should have had Alastor have an angelic weapon, him attempt to play around, mess around with the guy or something. Like, maybe there's like hell, actually, you could have had Adam like blow up the angelic weapons there. But then again, that would show a bit more intelligence from Adam, which then would mean it would make Adam, it would show way more tactical thing from Adam, which actually make him more threatening. like you could show him be goofy and be sort of an idiot, but you could also show more that it's not just his power. That at some level he is still capable. But then again, they had the whole oh woe is me speech. I was the king and stuff, and you got, and I mean pretty much it's all true if you think about it. Adam was at the top. Adam was at the top. He had pretty much everything, and Lucifer ruined it. But the fact that, okay, this is editing thoughts, so it might be a bit messy. But the fact the fact Lucifer, right, there's not really much there in terms of feelings. Like, I think with how they portrayed Lucifer in the thing, that you think Lucifer would feel a bit bad for like basically ruining paradise and introducing every single evil in the world. You think that would weigh on a person that weigh on a being that used to be seen as one of the good, that that would be seen as a good being, right? It doesn't really seem like it. Also, then I just realized in the show, right, when it comes to when it came to like heaven and hell and stuff, I remember at one point they were saying, oh, your like appearance or form changes when you go to heaven or hell, which I kind of figured was, oh, if you go into those realms, you more of the heaven energy and the hell energy. But no, it doesn't really seem like that. It doesn't really seem like that at all, which I thought would have been like, oh, it would have been neat if what do you call it? It would have been neat to see if Vaggie had like a different, like if the Exes had a completely different form in hell. Like for example, their wings got darker or something. They had like, I don't know, their eyes were like darker, like like more evilish energy and stuff going into them. And in heaven, they look angelic and stuff, like proper angels. But it seems like they kind of abandoned that, which I guess kind of makes sense because then you have to create another whole other character. Still doesn't really, I don't know, it doesn't really work. What else is there? Could I go into? No. I've talked way too much, and it's like this is like 7 minutes of audio. Jesus. Okay, so I'm gonna do it this. Yeah, I'm probably gonna make another video. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make another video actually going over like what's fundamentally wrong with Hazbin Hotel. Still an entertaining show though, but just a lot wrong with it.